Rabbi Marilee Gordon of McHenry County Jewish Congregation. I want to talk about Tisha B'Av. Now, Tisha B'Av is a holiday that I never knew about growing up until I was a teenager at a Jewish overnight camp. And the reason is because Tisha B'Av takes place in August, sometimes late July, depending, of course, on the Jewish calendar. It commemorates three destructive events, devastating events in Jewish history that all took place on the 9th of Av, and that's what Tisha B'Av means, 9th of the month of Av. Just like we call American Independence Day the 4th of July, Tisha B'Av is the 9th of Av. So in 586 BCE, the Babylonians destroyed the temple, and the elite residents of Israel, particularly around Jerusalem, were exiled to Babylonia to come back, or some of them came back 70 years later. And sometime after that, the temple was rebuilt. But this was a devastating event in 586 after there had been a monarchy for centuries and the Israelites dwelling in the land and establishing a political entity. Now, the temple was destroyed again, the newly built temple, and rebuilt and added on to by King Herod, was destroyed in the year 70 by the Romans. And this time, the exile was even more devastating in that Jews were brought on slave ships all over the Mediterranean area. So Tisha B'Av commemorates both of those events and was observed from that time, from the time of the first temple even, through the centuries, so that when Queen Isabella wanted to expel the Jews from Spain, she chose the 9th of Av for that exile to take place, since it was already a day of mourning. Now, the way we observe it is actually some people fast, and some people don't fast because they say, well, since Israel was reestablished as a sovereign state, it's not such a terrible event that we have to totally fast. Some people fast for half the day. In any case, we read the book of Lamentations. The book of Lamentations, known in Hebrew as Eicha, is 5 chapters, 5 different accounts of lamenting over what happened. And it has a very haunting, beautiful melody like this. Eicha yashva badad. Just beautiful, and it really hits you, and you can identify with that devastation and that mourning. Now this year, as we do many years, we are commemorating Tisha B'Av with Congregation Knesset Israel, CKI in Elgin, and that will take place Saturday night at 8 o'clock. So if you can make it, it will really be a meaningful observance of a holiday that so few of us knew about. And this brings me to the class that I'm going to start, I think in September. The dates aren't clear yet, but it'll meet 2 Sundays a month to go over what are the things that you don't know about being Jewish, because either you had what I would call a pediatric Jewish education, that is to say, you went to religious school till you were 13, or maybe till confirmation till you were 16, but you didn't really learn how to be a Jewish adult, and you've been filling in those gaps ever since, right? Or maybe you didn't grow up with Judaism. Either you converted or you married someone who's Jewish, and but you're not Jewish yourself, and so there are a lot of gaps in your knowledge of Judaism. We're going to explore those gaps together 2 Sundays a month, and I'll let you know soon what the starting date is. So that's it for now. Lehitraot till we see each other again.